Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to OMSI 2. Today we are on the Gainsborough map and we've got this fantastic Masterswitch veiling which we are going to be using for our journey. Now obviously Roadcar is what you normally come to expect from this map, however Arriva has taken over. Yeah, okay, Arriva have taken over. No, of course they haven't yet. Well, this is a hypothetical, and I thought, you know what can we do on this map? I didn't have a Roadcar livery, I didn't have a Stagecoach livery for this. The livery pack where I got this Arriva livery from is in the description, but I thought, you know what, I'll have a little play about with the timetable with the AI list and see what I can come up with. So, yeah, it used to be an hourly service with Roadcar. Arriva have come in and they have basically sapphired it. That's why we're in the sapphire livery, complete with this rather lovely sapphire interior. Again, I don't know why this doesn't have the option. It's someone else's repaint, so I'd imagine that this isn't an option to have this Esteban Civic V3 headrest on here, which of course some of them do. So I would like to see that added as a set there. It's a little bit disappointing that it's not. But yeah, this is the Euro 4 version, and Arriva have introduced an every 15-minute frequency on this route. Okay, so perhaps that's a little bit unrealistic. If you're from Gainsborough, then yeah, you'd probably be like, well, that just wouldn't work, you know, but we seem to get a few people on, and as single-deckers it seems to work. 3922, let's get it loaded up. Now this is the Euro 4 variant of this bus. Oh, hang on, I've not selected a duty, that'll be why. Hang on a second, so we're at Lincoln Bus Station at 1700. There we go. Right, we're going to be, we'll just go here, a bit of that. Lovely. Right, okay. Let's get on the destination that we are on the 100. 100 Gainsborough. There we go. Ah, lovely. Get the lights on because, of course, the rain or the weather is not particularly brilliant. We'll get some lights on inside. Now, yeah, this is the Euro 4 version. The Euro 5s were essentially from January 2011 and onwards, all older versions. I mean, I think the first variants of the Eclipse 2 came out in 2008. Were they 58 plates? I think they were. Transdev had a couple of 58s, FJ 58s. So yeah, they were all Euro 4s. They have allowed a ZF, and to be honest with you, I think that the Eclipse 2 shouldn't rev as much. I think that the Eclipse 2 with... Oh, hang on, he's complaining about too many coins. I think the Euro 4 version of the Eclipse 2 should rev quite a bit. I did say in the video the other day that the Euro 5 version I think revs a bit too much. That's just my personal view, like I say. But that's what you're here for, my personal view. That's why you come here time and time again, isn't it? So yeah, I thought we'd do Arriva because Arriva does get significantly neglected on this channel, and I think Arriva gets neglected in OMSI in general because we've got West Country that seems to be a very first base map, maybe Stagecoach. You've got Scunthorpe, which is Stagecoach. A lot of the maps are geared towards Stagecoach. You've got National Express West Midlands, Arcala. You know, there's not really an Arriva map. Of course, there might be a glaringly obvious one that I'm missing out on there, but yeah, there's not really an Arriva map, so I thought it'd be really nice, wouldn't it, if we could get Arriva onto the OMSI scene. Now, you've got to ignore the fact that the destinations don't work with this. I think that's due to the fact I'm not using a Masterswitch HOF file. I did have a quick look through. I couldn't find a Gainsborough HOF to fit with the Masterswitch destination, so we're just going to stay in the bus and pretend that is not a thing. We're going to get some wipers on because, of course, it is miserable weather. Miserable weather. I thought I'd pick, say, the weather that's suitably miserable. Again, on the Euro 4 version, this is not quite correct. As in, I feel like it should be here because it is very much floating up there. But yeah, journey time today, we did this in the opposite direction, didn't we? 1700 departure, and we should be into Gainsborough for 1750. So it's a lengthy video that you've got today. I do hope you stick with us for well, all of it, if not most of it. There we go. Right. Give a little toot as we reverse off the bus station stand. I know some places do that, other places don't, but yeah, we'll Now, the reason I picked the Euro 4 Eclipse 2 in the Arriva livery is simply because I mean, you could say that it should be a Voith. Why am I indicating? Hang on, why are we not going anywhere? Let's get it in a... Have I put the handbrake on? Oh, I did. For goodness sake. It's going to be a very long video, isn't it, this, if that's what we're doing. So as you'll probably hear, there is a much louder ZF than the Eco Live, because this, of course, has the Eco Matte gearbox. Now, yeah, why, Joe, are you using the ZF Arriva livery? What, you know, should it not be a Voith? Arriva tend to use Voiths, don't they? And yes, I agree, Arriva do tend to use Voith. Oh, there's another one over there, look. He's chasing us. Arriva do tend to use Voith, but I am basing this on the fact that Arriva Yorkshire do have some Eclipse Euro 4s. Admittedly, they are the Eclipse 1 body. They're on a Volvo B7 RLE. I think they're 1801 to 1810, maybe? Let's just get round before that Mercedes runs into the side of us. But yeah, they do have some of these buses, obviously without the updated front end. But yeah, they still have Eclipses nevertheless. So that's what my inspiration behind this was. Now you do notice a difference. I don't know if there's a difference in the performance. It certainly feels a little bit different. Like it seems a little bit nippier in the Euro 4 than the Euro 5 for obvious reasons. The Euro 5 is probably mapped in a different way to the Euro 4. The Euro 4 is of course not as environmentally friendly. It revs a bit more. It goes faster. Stands to reason. Now, one thing that I had noticed doesn't appear to work is the fans, the heating control. I've had this set at maximum heat on a medium fan for quite a while now, and we still seem to be stuck at 16. So I don't know if that's something that's not quite working. It could be due to the fact that if we look on the outside, it has no air conditioning pod. Maybe if there's no pod, it doesn't work. I'd like to think that if we did have one of those great big aircon pods, that it would work. But I mean, look at that. When you put your foot down, it definitely shifts as Euro 4. So I'm really hoping yeah, I'm hoping they have mapped it differently. It sounds different. Like I say, the Eco Matte does have a louder ZF. You can hear it. It sounds a bit questionable, but yeah, if we get through these lights. Yeah, I've been on plenty of Euro 4 Eclipses, and none of them have quite sounded like that. But then again, of course, maybe the ones that were recorded did sound like that. So obviously, there's different specs, there's different mappings. There's yeah, I always seem to remember the 07 and 09 plates in Halifax always had quite a loud ZF. Oh, hang on. Of course, when we're outside, you can't hear the bus. You know, there's no engine sound. Although there is a. If you hold your foot down, you get the sound, the fans spool up there. I don't know if you can just about hear that, but yeah, we can't hear the engine, which is a bit of a disappointment. I think that is something that just needs turning up, just tweaking a little bit there, because it's quite loud inside. But yeah, unless you're really close to the bus, you can't hear that. There's also some rain texture things here. We've got the rubber seals around the edges. That's quite nice. It's nice that the rain is on the glass, because this is of course glass the whole way down. If you look there, you just about see that. Yeah, it does look a little bit odd, doesn't it? But that is how they are. The spec that we are using, of course, has the number plate down here with a large destination at the back. There's all sorts of different set bars. Oh, off we go. Now, of course, throughout this, there are going to be sections where I am not talking. I'm sure you'll be really thrilled to know that. Purely and simply because you're here to watch the bus, aren't you? You know, this is a new bus. You want to hear the engine sounds. There we go. Get you out there. £2.50. Lovely. A little bit late, so we might actually get the hammer down. Oh, it does sound good, doesn't it? I know there are versions with the Voith. Don't want to use the Voith version though, because I've never been on a Volvo Eclipse of any sort that has a Voith gearbox. So I don't want to start now, because in my opinion, ZF is the way to go if you are a Volvo. Then ZF is where you want to go. I mean, I'm sure they're lovely, and the Lothian have quite a few voice versions, don't they? But it just doesn't sit right. I like the VDL Pulsar, which is supposedly coming to this pack at some time in the future, but unfortunately, due to it not being ready, due to COVID not being able to get recordings of the Pulsar, due to COVID restrictions, it's not part of this pack, but it should come later, unless things have changed. That was always the plan as far as I was aware. I didn't see anything written about it on the Masterswitch website, but yeah, providing plans haven't changed, it should come as a free update later. There are links in the description as well to this bus, to the livery, and because of course it's released. We've got the nice branding pack on the front and the back. There you go, lovely. Nice branding patch. Thank you. Plenty of rattle sounds. That was another thing that was pointed out to me. You don't seem to get that. Well, I don't think you get it at all. The Volvo axle rattle. Wait, sorry. Put that on there. Anytime you've been on a Volvo, there's a rattling sound from the front axle. And no matter what Volvo you're on, whether it be a B7 RLE, B10 BLE, they all do it. And this doesn't seem to have that feature. It doesn't have that sound. I mean, it's got the rattle sounds, but again, perhaps it's because OMSI has very flat roads. There's not a lot of bumps on the OMSI roads, is there? Oh, we're catching some of that time up. Now, that's how it should be 24/7 on an Eclipse. Constantly rattling like that, so it's good that Gainsborough has got some of the Gainsborough's got some of the bumps in the roads, so that we get a nice little bit of rattling. So a bus every 15 minutes, we still have got a lot of people on, so it just goes to show, doesn't it, if you put a frequent service on, they will come. I can only imagine if Mr. Moose is watching this, he'll be absolutely spinning. His head will spin off at what I've done to his map. I've absolutely butchered it. I have left all the buses around Gainsborough in. I've only changed what was the ALX 400s, so I think the 103 and the 104 is also Eclipses. But yeah, I've just literally changed this route for the time being. And of course put in a whole new timetable. On this route 100 as well, instead of finishing at like 6 PM, which it does currently, they do go right into the evening, albeit a 15-minute frequency during the day, and it does drop off to simply hourly at night. So we've still got the hourly frequency, but yeah, for such a key route, the interconnect. Oh look, there's another one here. Give him a little flash. We'll keep going. Yeah, for such a route that connects such big places, I know they're not big places, but obviously the route 100 interconnect goes between Scunthorpe and Lincoln via Gainsborough. For such a, an important route, every hour and finishing so early just seems a bit of a waste, doesn't it? Which is why I've introduced this frequent service. And like I say, I think it tends to work. This is a busy bus, whether that's because it's just the 5 o'clock departure from Lincoln, so everybody's going home, I don't know. But yeah, everybody seems to be, it's a fairly well-used service. That's a good thing, no? It has to be said, I am really, really enjoying driving this. I mean, it's 17:11 now, 17:10, like 17:11 in real life. I always get OMSI at the time that I am driving, so if it's dark outside, it'll be dark on OMSI. But yeah, I am really, really enjoying Gainsborough. I didn't think I would. I thought I'd just do a video on it and then that'd be that. But yeah, really, really am enjoying this. The Route 100 is fantastic. It's a nice lengthy drive, plenty of thrashy sections. It's ace. ZF sounds sounding simply ace there. I think the ZF sounds really good at high speed. Like that. Oh, hang on, we're swaying onto the other side of the road, heck. But yeah, the ZF does sound really good at high speed, and I realised I am speeding. Of course, in a national speed limit, speeds for the bus is 50. So if we can just slow down, that would be magical. But yeah, it definitely sounds... There's just a couple of little sounds with the ZF that just sound a little bit odd to me. But again, is that really enough to ruin my experience of this bus? No, it's not. It's absolutely not. I mean, I said in the last video, there's a couple of little inaccuracies with this, but that doesn't mean it's a bad product by any stretch of the imagination. You know, if I thought it was a bad product, I certainly wouldn't be here for round two. Now in this pack as well we have got, I mean this was done by Macaulay of Fellows Film Studios. That's where you can find the link to this, that's where you can find this livery pack. I think there's something like 75 or 85 liveries all included in this pack. It's absolutely nuts. But yeah, there's other things such as first liveries, there's Transdev liveries in there, there's do you know what, I'm thinking off the top of my head, I can't think of the liveries I've seen. There's a couple of East Yorkshire ones in there, plenty to keep you going. But there is also a Discover, you know, like on West Country we use the Discover livery on the B8 RLE, the Veiling 3, the Yorkshire Counties one a couple of weeks ago. There is that livery for the Eclipse 2, the orange livery, which is of course worn by these buses in real life. It's not worn by the Eclipse 3, it's worn by the Eclipse 2, so I am really, really looking forward to going back on West Country and putting that livery on. Now of course, that might be what we're doing tomorrow, it might not be. Tomorrow, let's be very aware that if we do that, we will upset everybody who has subscribed to my channel for Roblox, because I do tend to keep binning Roblox off to do OMSI stuff, and I always get people kicking off and moaning. Hang on, you've missed Roblox again. I'm like, yeah, but OMSI is pretty hellfire, isn't it? Oh, sod it. Do you know what? I think tomorrow we're off for a drive on West Country. I thought those lines, they're still spawning in. Yeah, tomorrow we're absolutely off for a drive on West Country. We'll have to do a bit more... we'll have to do a bit more Roblox later. But for now, yeah, let's absolutely get back on West Country on the Veiling. I think have I missed a bus stop that someone wanted to get off at? I think I might have done. Thank you, dear. Yeah, they're walking back to the stop that I probably missed there. Oh well, never mind. Heading towards Saxelby now. This is of course where the old Route 100 from back in the day, from Gainsborough Phase 2, used to terminate from Gainsborough, and of course it would head off back towards town now. I think there was a turning circle, was there, that it used to turn around in? This lady's definitely walking for the bus, isn't she? Hello there. Oh, nope, she didn't want anything. I thought she might want a concessionary ticket. find the timetabling, and I said this in the last video, the timetabling on this is done so well. It really, really is done well. Because you can just plod along at like an actual bus speed. Give them a little wave. Of course, that's the interurban livery rather than the Sapphire. The AI list I've done has a nice mix, I would say. I think out of 10 buses that are on this route, well, no, there's 8 buses that are needed on the route in a day. 8 buses needed for the round trip. 7 of them are branded for the Sapphire, and 3 of them are in the interurban livery. So we need 8 buses, and the game can select from a choice of 10. And so they will either be the Arriva interurban livery that we've just passed, or they will be the Sapphire livery here, albeit with a better destination on the front. Yeah, ignore the destination, you'll fix that in the future. It functions for now, people know where it's going, they can read it's going to Gainsborough, sort of, and they get on your bus, so that's all you need. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit wonky. It works going the other way for Lincoln, because obviously the word Lincoln is a lot shorter than Gainsborough. Thank you. Cheers. Listen to that. Oh, hang on, we're still indicating. We've got the large assault screen on this, which is what they actually have. Because of course you do have a set bar where you can have no assault screen. Whoa, hang on, we're just going up a curb, too busy looking at the assault screen. Pay attention to what you're doing, Joe, and then things like that won't happen. Oh, hang on, maybe the heater is working, because it's now 21 degrees. It's just not a particularly efficient system. Just noticed in the top there, bus temperature 21 degrees. Now I think that is an acceptable amount of degreesedness. Right, I think we oh yeah, we're going off towards Sturton now. Oh, excuse me, sir. Can't help but notice you jaywalking there. Where's the cross? Oh, okay. There's, yeah. It doesn't matter. That's a bit of a curb, but we'll all get over it. I'm gonna say he's crossing and there's no crossing. He's just, you know. But then again, looking, there is no crossing down here, so I guess we'll have to let him off, won't we? I think we'll go to about 40. I know we could do 50, but we are running a little bit early, so there's no point razzing it, is there? We've got the little minus no entry there because we're more than a minute early on our ticket machine. So we'll just take it nice and steady. A bit of 40. Around there. That's a happy speed, I think. It really does suit this route, this bus. There are Eclipses that run. I said last time that we drove the route 100 that I didn't think Eclipses did run this route. I was like, no, of course they won't run this route, but they do have Eclipse Urbans. They are the Euro 4 versions. I think they're 09 plates, DK09. They have got some that are branded in the purple for the Interconnect 100 route, which are the ex-Chester Park and Ride ones. Afterwards I did have a look at Stagecoach Eclipses on Flickr, and yeah, I came across some, so I don't feel that bad driving this now. Okay, it wouldn't be in the Arriva livery, it would be Stagecoach, but given I don't have a Stagecoach livery, this is absolutely what we're doing. And like I say, Arriva have approached Roadcar and said, oh yeah, we'll buy this company. We want to buy this route. Just the route of Roadcar. Because they thought we could turn it into a profit. Okay, I'm making up a backstory, but still, it's fairly believable, isn't it? And it means that you've got plenty of scenery buses to, you know, plenty of buses to pass on the route, which is nice. I like to see plenty of traffic, don't you, when or plenty of buses going past when you're driving. I realise, as I said, that about the lack of Arriva's presence in OMSI maps, there is of course Hertford. Forgot about Hertford. The 300 and 301 between Welwyn Garden City, Stevenage and St Albans. Yeah. How could you forget about that, Joe? Perhaps that's another one we need to take a drive on, because that would really suit this. Really, really would suit this. And that neck of the wood is where they do actually have, or that neck of the woods is where they do actually have B7R Elite Eclipse 2s. I do believe they have them down in the Shires, unless they've moved them about, as these big companies do like to move the fleet around, don't they? Get a nice steady stop there. Beautiful. Bit of grass growing in the pavement. Heck, council could do with coming round and de-weeding. Oh, the ZF is quite loud on the outside, isn't it? You can't hear the engine sounds, but you can hear the ZF. Oh, they sound good, don't they? I don't get what this camera angle is. Like, if you press space so all the camera angles reset, the first F2 one you get is this. And I just think that's a bit weird. I think surely it should be facing the other way. It's like, yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Oh. Oh, you're going left, right, okay. Oh, over the curb. Yeah, there we go. I think, in all honesty, that the better camera angle, if you just hold thy horses, I think it would be better, instead of being here, that we were on this seat, kind of here, facing out the front. Because a lot of buses are like that, aren't they? Ah! What on earth's happened here? That is a woman's tongue in her head. Right, let's just look that way, because I'm a little bit disturbed about... Oh, she's not there. Oh, that's a little bit frightening, isn't it? Let's just keep going and pretend we didn't see that. Oh, another bus coming the other way. Give him a wave. Sapphire livery. It really suits this route, doesn't it, the sapphire livery? Alright, maybe you don't agree, but I think it does. Oh, listen to that. Panels, absolutely rattling around in the background. It sounds like the whole bus is absolutely falling to bits. It's ace. And again, perhaps going a little bit quick round here, but it's not the end of the world. Nobody getting off? Okay, we'll carry on. It's a football pitch on the right hand side there. The glebe. Oh, there's the graveyard on the left hand side. Oh, this map is just fantastic, isn't it? I really do like this map. Get our foot down because we're a little bit behind schedule now, aren't we? Oh, we're loving it. Look at that. It's a fast thing. I think there's different set bars to whether you have it limited, whether you don't have it limited. This one seems quite nippy. Again, I don't know what set bar is used for the limiter. But yeah, it does seem quite nippy up to speed. But that could just be because it's a Euro 4 instead of a Euro 5. I'm by no means an expert on this. I do like my Eclipses, but in terms of all the set vars and different specs of buses you can have, I'm not an expert in the slightest. It's such a shame that in the UK primarily we have moved away from these kind of heavy duty buses and bus chassis. You know, the 12-metre long bus, such as the B10 BLE, such as the B7 RLE, Eclipse 1, Eclipse 2, even the Eclipse 3 to an extent. That's kind of where everything died off, isn't it, with the right bus heavy duty stuff. Big buses like these we have moved away from. The ADL Enviro 300, it's just gone, hasn't it? Absolutely gone. And we've moved to this everyone wanting lightweight, cheap rubbish, like the Streetlight, like the MMC. You know, it's just nothing's built at a heavy duty that can romp up hills and absolutely make mincemeat of all sorts of gradients. Now it's just little engines with no power. Let's just have them as slow as possible. It is a shame, because this is the size of bus I like. You know, a full size, proper meaty engine. Sounds powerful. You know, it's these big buses that are my favourite, which is probably why I'm so fond of the Veiling pack, is because this is the first full-size single-decker we've had in OMSI for the UK market. You know, it really is. And that's ace. You know, it is ace. It's really filled a gap that we had. Oh, let's go. Come on, we are a little bit late. You know I don't like being late, although the ticket machine seems to be fine with us being a little bit late. We get a little warning if we're early, by even 0.1. But yeah, if we're late, it doesn't seem to mind. Perhaps that's because a lot of buses do run late. Maybe they wouldn't run late if they were proper full-size buses with big engines. Yeah, okay, you can tell I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder about this, but it's true. It's absolutely true. Slow down for yet another 30 zone. Willingham Grange Lane. This is another little village where we're not going to drop anyone off, we're not going to pick anyone up. Have we got many on? No. 2 old ladies. Oh, 1 old lady, make that. Oh no, we've got 3 old ladies, because there's the old lady with the whose tongue we've seen in her head. She's getting off here as well, so we will literally have 1 old lady. Okay, so maybe we didn't need such a high frequency on this route, but it's still nice, isn't it? The one I drove earlier had more people on. We're literally going to be arriving into Gainsborough with nobody on at this rate. Yeah, you're on your own, love. Oh, I like that camera view. That's nice. I like this one, but you can't really kind of see where you're going, really, with this one. Oh, hang on. I think we're going to hit that lorry. See, I think this is where I tend to sit on it. Oh, hang on. There she... Oh, I'm next to Grandmama. There we go. Another bus coming the other way. Sapphire. Oh, it's the Fox and Hounds. I've got you. Going past the pub. She's loving it. I've literally got my my foot to the floor. Grandma Ma on the bus at the back there. She's got both hands in the air. She's screaming because she wants to go faster. Brilliant. Oh, hang on. Wait, sorry, sir. You were not quite stood close enough to the edge of the curb there. I didn't see you. Oh, we've got 2 people on. Heck. We're making money now. Oh, he stood up. What are you stood up for? There's all those seats. Maybe Grandma did a wee in excitement and it's all running all over the bus. Like that Little Britain character. So he's just like, nah, you're alright, mate. I'm just going to stand at the front in this urine-free zone. Maybe she just did a little nervous week, so we're going that quick. You just never know, do you? Oi! Getting absolutely thrown all over the show here. Well, it's a little bit bright round here. I think that sun's definitely setting, isn't it? We'll have to pull our blind down a little bit more. Oh, hang on. Let's just tap that people have got off, because we've only got 2 on now. I know you are technically meant to do that as you go along. And I always forget on the ticketer. Yeah, 2 people on. So we've had a maximum of 21 people on the bus at any one time. The Pear Tree House. Oh no, just Pear Tree House, sorry. Right, keep going. I thought we were slowing down to 30 then for a second. Oh, we're 1.1 minute early, so we've got the red no entry sign of doom. It's getting a little bit warm on this bus. I don't want them to start complaining that they're hot. Let's crack a window open. Again, a little bit disappointed that that wasn't, you know, given that Masterswitch will have seen that the street light and the MMC do have that nice smooth window animation. We are still lacking that on the Masterswitch bus. I was hoping that would have been kind of like, ooh, look, they've done that, let's copy them, because it looks cool. But alas, sadly not on this. That's not to say it won't be added at a later date, of course, but at this moment in time, we are lacking in nice, nice smooth window animation. Right, round we go. No need to rush, of course, with us taking our time. We're a little bit early still. Down into Knaith Park, or Nath Park as it is. Small residential area, one would imagine, on the outskirts of Gainsborough. Oh, Grandmama's getting off. Oh, bye, love. It's a bit much for her, isn't it? more person on. Back to one person. Yeah, it's really not helping my case for that this route needs an every 15-minute service, is it? Oh well, it's good fun. You've got to admit it's good fun. Seeing all this AI traffic about as well. Back down to 30, coming into Lee now. This is the outskirts, of course. This really is the outskirts of Gainsborough because this is Gainsborough Lee Road. That is one of the stations in Gainsborough. It's got a couple of stations. And Lee Road obviously goes to the place called Lee, where we are now. Who'd have thought? Come on, let's pick a few up and take them into Gainsborough. This child is getting on. Ooh, 2 whole people on board. One more and it's an absolute party. Hello, child. 165. Thank you. 2035. Lovely. Thank you very much. It's a problem when you get a quiet bus with not many on. Start running early. It's not what you need. Wait. Yeah, it's very, very difficult to run on time when like you just get earlier and earlier and earlier when you're not making bus stops and picking passengers up. Because even though it doesn't seem like it takes that long, you know, just every little helps. Right, let's have a look. Now, last time, we're going. Look at that. Last time someone smashed into the side of me at that junction. Lee Green, nobody getting off. Where we join back onto the main road here. But nobody coming. That'll do. We'll just fly right out. Look at that. Whey! Oh yeah, the roads don't seem to match up there. Give him a little wave. Another Sapphire service. We've not had a lot of interurban livery buses on this route today, have we? I think there's one more that we pass now, which is a 17:45 departure from Gainsborough back towards Lincoln, and we arrive at 17:50, and we have 10 minutes layover at each end. So actually, the whole route as a whole really works well with the 10-minute frequency. We could bin off some of the waiting time, and because there's 10 minutes at each end pretty much, which is 20 minutes waiting time. So if we just had it so the bus came straight back with no waiting, then we could get it so that we could have one less bus on the circuit. But the problem with that is that obviously then you've got no padding at either end. So if things do start to go wrong, end up with the services running late, then it all falls apart. So it's good to keep the 10-minute padding at each end of the route. Surely we can't be more than 10 minutes late on this route. I mean, hell, there's no traffic, is there? Really? Other than in Lincoln city centre, I can't imagine that there'd be an awful lot of traffic. Can't imagine a traffic jam in Gainsborough, can you? To be honest, I struggle to imagine that there's life in Gainsborough. don't know about you, but this certainly looks like a railway bridge to me. I wonder if it is. Let's have a look. Heck! Oh, it's nothing at all. Maybe it's a bit wide, actually, looking at it to be a railway bridge. I'd have said it was from going under it, but it could be anything, really, couldn't it? Maybe a disused railway. Nobody getting on, nobody getting off. Oh, well, we'll keep going. That's Lee Road Station. Oh, well, it's absolutely a railway, then. Yeah, there's another bridge there. That's absolutely a railway. Gainsborough Lee Road Station. Problem is now, because nobody's getting on and nobody's getting off, we are catching our time up. Catching our time up quite a bit, actually. 2.4 minutes early. I'm just going to sit here for a minute. It's such a shame that destination doesn't work. I'll have to source another destination. Oh, there we go. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's yelling at me. I don't know what I've done. Whenever you change the time on Gainsborough, it yells at me. There we go. Right, time has been changed and it's time to depart. Yeah, it's not a particularly exciting place to sit for minutes on end, is it? So just skip the time ahead. It's absolutely fine. Oh wow, someone actually wants to get on our bus. Oh, hang on, right, we'll stop here because somebody has parked a Range Rover in a very inconsiderate place. Oh, of course you want a zero fare. Right, there we go. Let's now we'll have to be quite careful with how we do this. That is a oh, that's not a good road to park. We want to park like that. Let's have a look. I don't think we can. Oh, we can easily get round. Oh, yeah, that's easy peasy. Oh, yeah, we're taking his wing mirror off. Okay, maybe it's not easy. Oh, well. I'm not paying for it. It can be Arriva that pays for that. We've got a nice look at the dirt on the back of the bus. I like that. As we've been going along, it's got dirty because, of course, it's raining. That's ace. Now, I completely cocked this up last time. I took it way too wide. There we go. Of course, normally you're in a double-decker ALX around there, aren't you? Which is considerably shorter than this this massive, great big long Eclipse 2. Oh, hang on. Come on then, in your own time. Now this is one thing without wanting to be too critical of the map, because of course I have sung the praises of this map. It's a great map, what can I say? This is one part of it that I have noticed. If you look between the houses, it is quite clear to see that the map very much finishes at this row of houses, and I have noticed a couple of times on Gainsborough that is very prevalent. Let's have a line of trees behind there, please, just to just to fill it in, or like what they did, like a little townscape behind it, like a board behind it, like on a model railway with things on it, just so that your eye isn't drawn to it, because I noticed that when I was driving this way, there are a couple of little gaps like that where you can see that there's no scenery at all behind it. It'd be nice just so your eyes aren't drawn towards it. That would be good. Trinity House, second to last stop, nobody getting on. Nobody getting off. Oh, okay, fair dues. And of course, the last bus that we see, the 17:45 departure, back towards Lincoln there. Now after 1800. Oh, I thought she were going to step out then. Oh, there's a couple of them, look. A couple of them. What are we doing, guys? Is one of us a 103? What are you? Oh, the interurban is the 100, and that's a 104. Brilliant. I was thinking maybe I could get them to interwork with each other. You know, like you do a 100 there and back, and then you might do a 103, then a 100 there and back, then a 104. I just thought that would be quite interesting to see if I could come up with some sort of timetable where they all do that. I realise that's quite difficult to have a branding like Sapphire when routes interwork with each other like that. Although, to be fair, Arriva don't tend to bother whether they shove things on an allocated route or not. I mean, a lot of the Sapphire stuff now doesn't seem to have a route branding on at all, so that you can just shove it anywhere. It's like, well, what's the point in branding it? Right, well, here we go. We're arriving into Gainsborough bus station, where this bus will terminate today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you have enjoyed the video. What do you think to Arriva in Gainsborough? Is this something you can get behind, or does the idea absolutely revolt you? I'm always intrigued to know what your opinions are, so do of course let me know in the comments. There are links in the description, 1 to the livery pack and 2 to the actual bus itself, so make sure if you are interested in replicating what I've done today, go and check those out. And please do make sure that if you haven't already, you do subscribe. I am a little bit in love with this bus, it has to be said, so please make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell, because we'll be coming back and doing more on this, and I'd absolutely hate for you to miss out. Other than that, as I say, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Cheerio! Goodbye for now.